You are now listening to Testimonies with Terry.
Hey guys, it's Katie. Katie Kuschel. If you're watching this, then you know that I was on Testimonies with Terry. I want to say thank you, first of all, for listening. We've had so much great feedback from my testimony and my story, and I'm so glad that God's using it to really touch lives and hearts of people, single moms, and all that. So thanks for listening. We have some questions here from the hashtag AskTWT on social media. So I'm going to dive right in and answer some of your questions. I tried this one time already and my phone glitched out, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. So first question, how did you end up meeting Justin? We met through my brother. He was my brother's best friend. So we have known each other for 15 plus years, probably. He's kind of just always been around. So, yeah, my brother gave his blessing when he saw that we had feelings for each other. So, yeah, that was an important part. I did not want to date my brother's friend and ruin their relationship. So, that being said, if you're interested in your brother's best friend, ask for their blessing. Question number 2. Do you plan on building on your land? We do not. So our land is a lot of wet land. There's some dry land as well, but it's not really buildable. We purchased it solely for hunting, which was a huge answer to prayer. Question number 3 was, what would you say to a young mom who feels like they missed out on all the fun or like they have to make up for it? I would say that if you are wanting to do things because they seem like fun or whatever, like the party scene or whatever, I would say you're not missing out on anything. My biggest thing is that during that time in my life after I had Carson and I was like, I missed out on all this, so I might as well indulge in it now. There are a lot of things that I regret about it. Unhealthy relationships and friendships even. And there's just a lot of things that I wouldn't necessarily want my kids to find out that I was doing. So I would say if it feels like something that, if you can look at it and say that I would be proud of this 5 to 10 years from now, then go for it. You know, whether that's going to school yourself or furthering your degree, or whatever, like those are good and healthy things. But the party scene and all that, if you're not going to be proud of that probably ever. So I would say stay away from that crap. Question number 4, this one's kind of hard. What are some of the silver linings to becoming a mom at such a young age? For me, I had a huge support system. There were a lot of things that I had to overcome. Like I said, in my testimony, shame was huge. So I guess like it was hard. I don't want to sugarcoat it and make it seem like this was the best thing ever. While Carson has taught me so much about life and love and just real joy, it's just a lot of it's been hard. So the silver linings now, I would say, in having him young and having the rest of my kids pretty young, our goal is to travel when all of our kids are grown. So I'm hoping that we'll get to do that and we'll still feel pretty good and have energy for it. And then what question am I on? 5. Okay, do you plan on doing hair out of your new house? Actually, yes. So we when we purchased the house, we knew that a dream that God's put on my heart is to open my own salon within my house. So what that looks like exactly, I'm not sure, but we're hoping to have that done in the next year, so that I can just keep doing what I love. I'm excited about it. Question 6. How did you introduce Carson to Justin? What was that like for you as a single mom? So Justin, like I said, had always been kind of in the picture, but that was like the beauty in it. I didn't have that, the anxiety that came with introducing Carson to past boyfriends. I will say that in my healthier relationships after Carson was born, it was tough to introduce Carson, and I always waited until we had been dating for a while, because I didn't want him to just meet anybody and gain those connections with people and then take those away. So it was pretty easy with Justin. But before that, I would say that it was like, that's when shame really tried to creep back in, and when I really felt like the enemy was just attacking me in that sense, I guess, making me feel like I wasn't going to have a good relationship, because this was it. Like, this was a lot, and it's a lot to date a single mom. But with Justin, it was easy, and from the beginning, Justin will say that he prayed about it a lot. Just, was this right? Because he didn't want to get involved with me if things didn't work out, and then he'd break 2 hearts instead of 1. So he was really intentional with that, and I adore that about him. Where are we? Did you always envision yourself with a large family? Yes and no. I thought that we would have like maybe 3 of our own. And after I had my daughter, I was like, I'm done. We're not having any more kids. This is a lot. And then all of a sudden, we decided that we wanted 1 more. So this is it. This is all we're getting. I grew up in a big family, so I love that. Justin did not. It was just him and his brother and their mom growing up. So this has been interesting. Yeah, I love having a big family, though. It's fun. It's exciting and crazy. Side note, I hear my daughter out there, and she might come running in here, so be forewarned. Question 8. Does Carson know he wasn't planned? Does he struggle with understanding and accepting his reality with that? This is a tough one. Carson does know that he wasn't planned by us. He knows that I got pregnant at 17, and he knows kind of my story and stuff, as much as a 13-year-old should. And we're pretty open about everything. So he started asking when he was probably 3 years old, why we're not married, and were we ever married? Was I ever married to his dad? And those questions were very hard to answer. But we were just simple, straightforward about it. No, we weren't married, and this is what happened, whatever. And I don't think he struggles with understanding or accepting anything. I think that sometimes it's hard. I think any kid growing up in a family that is, whether they're separated or a single mom, and they're visiting their dad or splitting time with them, I think it's hard for any kid in that situation. For the most part, he's been great about it. He hasn't really complained about anything. He loves spending time with his dad and their family.